All right, good, good, good. All right, perfect. No problem. Thanks a lot, Lynn. Thanks for coming after the Benzinga event. Appreciate it. Um, so let's get started, everybody. Oops, let me just X out of something. There we go. All right. So anyway, welcome back, everybody. My name is Fausto, and we are going to talk about how to trade today's volatile markets. I'm going to show you how to master the buying and selling of order flow. Maybe you watched me in some previous events that I've done. Obviously, some of you did come from the the Benzinga event, but you probably watched me in some of the other big brokerage firms, maybe on some of the social networks, even on a TV. But I'm going to show you exactly now, kind of answer your questions in great detail. We are broadcasting live, so if you have any questions, just feel free to kind of like ask them. If they're too in detail, we'll save them till the end. But what I like to do when I first like to get started is start off really quick, just let you know that whatever we show you right now, I'm not making any guarantees or promises or warranties. This is strictly just, educational purposes only. All our students vary student to student. So please be very careful to trade today's markets. You can lose a lot of money in it. So please be very smart and wise before you go out there and make your first trade. Now, let's go into the live markets and have some fun. All right. Now, just want to kind of bring up a stock really quick. Now, did anybody see this stock EBS? Let me just ask everyone, just out of curiosity. I know some people are here, some students and so on, but anybody see the stock today? EBS? Mike, you did? Jan, you didn't. Okay. Anyone else? Don't be shy, everyone. Nobody's going to make fun of you or yell at you or everything like that. Nobody saw this stock? You got to be kidding me. Seriously, Chris, Lisa, no. Rob, no. Oh, one of you just saw it in Benzinga. Okay, great. All right, good. Well, let me kind of teach you and educate you what we're about to learn. How would it nice to be in a stock that goes from $3 to almost $5 in less than an hour? Let me kind of calculate that for you. So that is, forget about the $2 move. Let's just say we made $1. Okay. Now that stock at $3 at 1,000 shares is a $3,000 investment. All right. Oops, clear that. $3,000 investment. You can't even, some options cost that much, right? If you made $1 on 1,000 shares, okay, that is basically stock going to $4. That leaves you with $1,000. All right. Now, $1,000 times 5 days a week times 52 weeks at the end of the year, it's about $250,000 salary. All right. Now, if you made 50 cents on that trade, 0.50 times 1,000, that comes out to be 500 times that 50, times that by 52 weeks. I'm sorry, that's wrong. It comes out to be about 100,000. All right. See, that is the power of trading. Now, you probably want to know, okay, well, listen, okay, big deal. EBS, how did you know about how it's going to go? Well, that's what we're about to learn. But what you're about to see is this. Why did it go up? Does anybody know? Why did EBS go up? Why is Apple going up? Why is anything going up? Why did it go up? Just want to see the experience of how many of you here know why it probably went up the way it did. Jan, you're correct. Lisa, you're correct. Chris, you're correct. Anybody else? What about you, Elaine? I didn't hear from you. Gordon Daniels, I didn't hear from you. Bill F, Barry. Why did it go up? Why did the stock go up? Well, if you said buyers and sellers, congratulations, you have just passed the test of why you need to be here till the end, because that's why everyone's failing. It had nothing to do, and I'll just throw it out there. It had nothing to do about a moving average, an RSI, a Bollinger Band, a MACD, what else do they got over here? The VWAP. Let's go check out all this stuff. Did this kind of help you understand why the stock went up? But you know what you're about to learn? Is this. I'm going to show you where all the buyers and sellers are in the stock. I'm going to show you why it went up and why it stopped at 5. Why did it peak out here at 4? Why is this red line out here of this, 18,000 share buyer out here? These are things that control the market. Okay. This is how I'm going to teach you how to trade today's volatile markets. And that's what we're looking to do. Now, let me just get all this garbage out because it's really giving me a headache, all these indicators. All right. So let's get all that out and let's have a little fun. This is what we're going to about to learn. We're going to teach you how to follow the big money. I'm going to talk about some of the most important tools that we use in today's markets. Best times to trade, worst times to trade. We're going to talk about how to be a roundabout good trader, and also not only how to understand it as a day trader, but how does it become a swing trade? How does it become an options trade? These are things we're going to cover. I'm going to show you how maybe 80% of you are reading charts backwards. I'm going to cover so much more. Now, regarding about how do I know this stuff, I've been trading for over 30 years. Okay, I've been featured in some of the biggest, TV shows in the industry. I'm featured on the NASDAQ where I talk about how to trade on their exchange, and it's basically understanding how to trade today's markets. Because remember, if you know what you're doing, you'll know what you're doing. Now, going out there and trading, it's kind of like being a little bit more of a professional, but you don't have to be a professional. I've been doing this for many, many years. Now, have you been trained by a professional? That's what I want to ask everybody. So can everyone just give me a chat back and let me know, have you guys been trained by a professional? Because I have. I live here in New York, financial capital of the world. And let me tell you what I've learned as a trader. I should have never made my first trade until someone really taught me how to do it. So we're getting a lot of no's. Lee, you didn't. Lisa, no. David, you have. Okay, good. Well, you know what? I want to do a quick poll. Can I do a poll here? I don't have access to the poll. Can we do a quick poll? I don't know who's running. Yeah, we go. We got the poll question here. Have you been trained by a professional? How about that? I don't want to put people on the spot. Let's just do a quick little survey, and we'll see how you guys answer that. I'm going to share with everyone here. All right. Now, as you guys are answering that, great traders never stop learning. So let me tell you what my interest of being here. Listen, I'm not here to kind of just not only teach you how to trade, but I'm also here to recruit traders to be part of my trading room. Now, right here, I'm going to bring it over and show you what we got going on here. This is our professional trading room. Now, I'm going to invite all of you here to this room. And just really briefly, let me just tell you what we're looking at. Right here on the left-hand side, everybody in green, that's the instructors, that's CTU. You can see we have a very big staff here. You got Debbie, me, Alex, Josh, Rich, John, everyone's here. Right down the left, these are all the traders that are in the room, okay? And right here in the middle is our big chat room, and right on the right is our execution where we're actually trading. Now, we do live audio broadcast. We're here all day long, all right? So no matter what time you're there. Now, I'm looking to get some of you to be part of some of the people that are here. And I want you to look very closely as you look at this picture. You have business owners, entrepreneurs, teachers, first responders, engineers, professionals, doctors and lawyers, professionals, everyone, grandmas and grandpas. So I'm looking for anyone here that wants to learn how to be part of my team. But before I do that, I want to kind of like educate you all about what trading is all about. Now, let me end the poll and let me share the results. And you could see how many of you here did not get educated. Now, this is my family, my wonderful wife, Debbie, and I got my 3 boys, Lucas, Max, and Alex. And let me tell you, what's nice about being a professional trader is I could travel around the world. I could do anywhere I want. Been married for over 25 years. And, it's great to have that luxury to trade, and, travel and spend time with your family a lot more. I think that probably has a lot to do about having a good relationship with my wife too, because you know what? You have time to do things and spend more time with your family. I also love things as in I started my own home living channel. It's called Fausto Home Living. So if anybody here wants to learn about how raising backyard chickens or learn how to cook or garden, you know what happens when you got a little too much extra time on your hands and you get a little older, you kind of inherited some hobbies. So these are things I love to do, and I always share it with my traders. Thank you very much, Lee. Now, basically what I'm looking to do here is this. I want you to kind of live that lifestyle. I mean, I know no one wants to live that lifestyle, but I know some of us get very stressed out after what happened with COVID. Maybe you're getting ill, you're getting older, and you can't always do the things you always can do. We got wiser, but you couldn't physically do the things that we did when we were younger. And now we have to kind of take it to that next level. Maybe you're looking to make supplemental income. But you know what you really need to understand? You know why most of you people are here? Not about the beauty and the glory of it, because you all know that what you're getting out of it, it's the failure. It's why people fail in today's markets. And what I'm going to teach you right now is going to be extremely disturbing. And what I mean by that is this. A lot of you here know the potential, what you could do in the stock market. You just don't know how to control those losses. You don't know how to control, when to get out, when to take a loss, and move on, because you're only one trade away that could blow up your account. And the reason why that is you're not following the big money. And that's what we're going to talk about. So let me talk a couple about the features of it. And now I need your 110% attention, because this is where we're going to start getting into the training part of it. Now, before we do that, what I'm going to cover is the real specific tools that market makers use. Now, what is a market maker? Some of you ask. We're traders that trade for brokerage firms. That's basically what we do. And, and I want to just cover a couple of things and just show you what we got here. Hold on, let me get my crayons out here so I could have some fun here. There we go. And there we go. All right. So what we got right here is a level 2 quotes. And what we got in level 2 is we get to see all the buyers and sellers. We get to see the exchanges, the price, and the amount of shares they want to buy. So you're getting a lot of data, when it comes to level 2. Now, who here has level 2 quotes? Just give me a quick yes or no. Who has level 2? Jane, you don't have it. Okay, that's fine. Chris, you don't have it. Do you mind me asking you guys what brokerage firm you're dealing with? Jane and Chris? I can see it, but I don't use them. Okay, and that's okay, because the reason why that is because of it's pretty much outdated since the 2000s. Okay, so when you have level 2 quotes, you're basically having real-time data of knowing what that stock is trading. Now, the problem with level 2, like I just mentioned earlier, it's been outdated since the 90s. So what we need to do here is we need to kind of see we need to look at it and knowing, well, then how do we know what's going on in the market? Now, I always want to keep in the back of your mind. It's all about, no problem, Lynn, we are recorded and you can watch it when you get back, okay? The problem with level 2 is that there are exchanges out there, the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, the CBOE, the stocks trade at every exchange. But we don't know, all we know is what that stock is trading at that specific price. We're not seeing all the orders. So what we need to look at is this. We need to look at something called NASDAQ Book Viewer, okay? Now, this is what I call AK level 3. Now, what you're seeing right here, fellow traders, is that you're seeing every single buyer and every single seller out there in the market. That's basically what you're seeing. You're seeing every order, every amount of shares that make up that order, and at every price. So you're seeing every exact order out there of people that are trading Snapchat around the world, every brokerage firm, every algorithm, every institution, and at what they want to buy it at that specific price. Now, I want it to sink in your head a little bit. Listen to what I'm telling you. You're seeing every single order out there in the entire world that want to trade Snapchat. How much smarter and better trading decisions would that help you to know where Goldman Sachs is, or Morgan Stanley, or the, BlackRock, or any exchange? Now you're able to see that. So what I want to show you is how we utilize this data, because that's the key about the whole thing. Getting the data is one thing. Knowing how to use it, it's a little bit differently. So what you're looking at right here was looking at a stock, and we're looking at CLSK, okay? Because I want to show you how we utilize this data. You could see how the stock literally went up from here, and shot up and went all the way to a price, stopped over here around 16.50. And then all of a sudden it came around this price around $15, right? Hit 15 and went up. Hit 15 and went up. Why did the stock have a tough time getting below 15? Why didn't it go back down to the 14? Okay. Why didn't it stop at 14.50? Why 15? You may ask. Well, there obviously must have been some buyers out there. So we look at the buy column and we go to the NASDAQ exchange, and we'll notice as we go down, there are a lot of buyers. But when we get down to here to 1510, you notice that there was about 88,000 shares looking to be bought at that specific price. Now, is that a lot? Well, when I look at all the other orders going down from 1550 down to 1510, I don't see everybody want to buy 88,000 shares. I see 700, I see 2,000, 1,000. You're talking about maybe almost 80 to 100 times more than the average order out there. So I would kind of say that's a big buyer. Now, buyers equal support. This is where everybody's thinking looks backwards. You're all looking for support, but you can't have support unless the buyers are out there. And that's where everybody makes the mistake. Now, let me show you a little bit more. We got plenty to show you here, okay? Now, let's look at an example of a resistance levels. Now, you don't ever own a stock and all of a sudden you buy it, you're like, oh, I'm making so much money. And the next thing you know, you're like, how did I lose the money? Well, the reason why you lost the money is because you didn't sell where everybody else was selling it. So if you look right here, fellow traders, you notice that here's your buyers. Stock goes up, and obviously it's going to stop sooner or later. When we get around 1720, stock hits a resistance, and then it comes back down. Why did it hit a resistance, you say? Well, it must have been a big seller out there. Where the seller's located? On the sell side. Where do I see the biggest number of sellers? You see 147,000 share seller at 1720. What do you think is going to happen when we get up to 1720? Exactly what you saw here. It went up and it came crashing down. And if you didn't have what we call a game plan to sell at 1720, there's your problem. Now, before I move forward, did I lose anybody? Because we're going to start getting a little bit more advanced. Did I lose anybody? Jan, you fine? Good. I didn't lose you? I think I did lose a couple of people here because I'm still not hearing some people answer me back. And please don't take it in a bad way. But if you don't answer, that just tells me, number one, I'm doing a bad job, or you don't understand. Okay, like Matt, Mike, I didn't hear from you. Peter, Pino, Robert, Todd, Tom, guys, don't be scared. If you don't talk, that means you don't understand. You don't get it. If you don't get it, it's okay. You'd rather say it here than being the typical 90% of the people that fail in the industry and be like, what's going to happen when the stock goes up? Oh, it's going down. What should I do? Oh, let me turn on CNBC or Fox Business. Oh, let me go on Yahoo Finance. Doesn't work that way. Okay. If you're not going to do it right, I'm going to give you the best advice right now. Close your brokerage account and maybe move to California because they just raised minimum wage to $20 an hour. Now, you might think that's funny or I'm being insulting. I'm just being very serious because that's, how I was trained here in New York. My mentors told me, they'd say, listen, you want to trade? This is how you do it. If you don't do it this way, there's the door. Because you're not going to be trading my money, because back then, that's the only way you could have traded. You had to work for somebody and not paying attention. If you don't get it, just tell me yes or no. Because I'd rather you say no, because then I could answer it. So don't let me mind me going on a tangent. I just hate people losing money. It bothers me. It really does, because there's just so much negativity that I hate when people go out there and they say, oh, you're going to lose all your money. You know what those people are? Those are the people that are uneducated, that never learn how to do it the right way. And hopefully, I'm going to make every one of you not make that mistake. I'm doing a great job so far, George. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Dennis, what has a question. What do you want at 175 share? Big volume? It's a big order. It's a big order. We didn't get to the volume part. It's a big order. That's what it's all about. All right. Now let's move on because we got about we got about 20 more minutes, and I want to kind of get through this. So let's focus on some trades that we did this week. Okay. Now the Fed came out, right? Fed came out, made an announcement. They said they were not going to raise any rates. You know, pretty cool that they do it during earnings announcements. A lot of earnings that came out actually after the close. You got Apple, you got Coinbase, got a couple of good things that are coming out. Amazon came out, but you know what? There's so much that's moving in the market, but how do we know which one to trade and which one not to trade? Well, let's talk about Tesla really quick. Tesla had a really nice move, okay? Really nice pop. Now, I did a video. Does any of you here follow me on YouTube? Anybody here follow me on YouTube? All right, so I have some great videos, probably more than anybody in the industry. If you look right here, we have I did over 3,000 videos, 3,200 on YouTube. Now, I'm expecting not you guys to watch them all, okay? But, but listen, there's been, let me just give you the YouTube link. If everybody could just click on that link right now, and if you could just click and make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? So is everybody here subscribed to our channel? All right, because we always send out alerts. We're live every morning at 9 a.m., at 2:30, everything, okay? So you got the link right there. And what I want to focus on is here. You can see our videos, how to use Book Viewer, how to download it, how to get it, all that stuff. All right, but the shorts is what I'm going to focus on. And where's the one I had on? Oh, that was it right here. So that was literally a couple days ago. I want you to watch this right here, okay? And look at all these orders getting done on level 4. It has just been on a big move, just in pre-market, and the market's not even open. Let me play that again for you. Tesla's flying. It's up 22%. Look at all these orders getting done on level 4. It has just been on a big move, just in pre-market, and the market's not even open. So that was what we found during pre-market. It's up 22%. All right, that was only pre-market. And that was right around here. And look what ended up happening when the market opened up. It shot up from 185 to 200. How do we know that? Because we follow the money, okay? Meta, I did one on Meta too, Meta stock. Meta stock got crushed, okay? And let me bring up another video. Let me show you that happened on a short. I did a video on that. And hold on one second. I'll show you another 30-second short. Meta right here. This one right here. Points due to the earnings announcements. Let's go check it out. Meta stock is trading down. Here's why. Meta's trading. Boom. Earnings comes down. Drops down all the way to 400. But are there any buyers out there to bid it back up? Pre-market was starting to see some support levels. Look at all these buyers starting to bid up right now between 400 and up. Is 400 at the bottom? Just rebound over 50 points. Meta started going up. It's already at 440. That is how we find the bottom of the stock when it comes out of earnings, hits a big support level and goes back up. So I don't know if that's too fast, but you guys go and watch it back. But this is what happens. Big buyers showed up on Meta, and you could see it right here. Hit that support levels at 400, went right up to 420, went over to 430. So if you want to know how stocks bounce, it's all about following the orders. Now, and I can go list on and on and on. AMD was another one. Amazon was another one. But let's focus on the big move on Tesla, because that's really the one I want to focus on. So did we trade Tesla? But listen, Tesla was expensive. All right. What about the pot stocks? CGC, ABC. All right. CGC ran 82%. Now, I want to show you this one last video, which was the last one that I just posted, okay, which is right here. I want you to look at right here. Pot stocks are blazing. Ready? Here's the cyber room. Pot stocks are running. Let's go hurry up and go see what's going on. Marijuana stocks gain momentum on cannabis reform bill. Hillary came out at 1 o'clock with the news, and all of a sudden the stock just popped from 170 all the way to 250. CGC ran from 8 all the way to 13, already up 58%. Hillary up 40%. ACB shot from 6 all the way to 8, up a whopping 37% already. Even the ETF, MSOS, made a big pop from $9 to 11. It's building the Fausto flag. But how many pot stocks are actually out there? Still going. Even GRWG keeps going up all the way from 220 to $3. Just when you thought the market was going to close, we're down to about 400 points. Big news comes out in industry and pot stocks, and you get a big rally in all of them. And that's why we day trade. I just got an alert from my trade. So basically, these are the things that make big runs. So when you want to know, like, how do you find these stocks? I mean, here's that news I was talking about at 1 o'clock. And then, you know what? Got an alert. We give alerts to our trading room. By the way, all of you are going to be invited. Don't forget. Stock right here, 230, even though it ran to 11, went to 8. Look where it ended up closing, all the way to 15. You know, so there are other stocks out there than trading the fabulous sevens. And that's what it's all about. So finding them, you probably want to know, well, how'd you know it was going up? How'd you know the news is going to go up? Well, that's what we teach you at Cybertrade University. A lot of them showed up on the scanner, right? And if one shows up on the scanner, that means everything else is going to show up on the scanner. And then as we're seeing these stocks that showing up like 51%, 153%, these are things that we want to trade. We want to trade stocks that have good volatility, good movement. And every day is an adventure at Cybertrade University, because as the way I was taught and the way we teach you guys how to think, it's like you don't really care what you trade. Listen, some of you probably are so against pot stocks and like, why are they going up? They're going to regulate it. They're going to now classify it as a non-drug. I mean, like, you can't take it personal. You can't take politics personal. We are traders. We're the same policy. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's moving. They came out with some big move, you know. Biden wants to make it legal. Okay, no problem. It's going to make the market going up. But if you were short that stock because you hate the company that much and think like, oh, this is a disaster, I don't believe in this, it's going to go down, you would have got destroyed. And I'm not just picking on just on one industry. It could be EV stocks. It could be oil. You know, what do you think happens if President Trump gets reelected? You think oil is going to crash? Okay. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, I'm not going to trade oil because I'm against it. I'm an EV person. Okay. I don't know about you, but EV stocks didn't do that well lately. You know what I mean? Some of them actually going out of business. But policy does affect the way we trade. And that's why we trade these stocks. And you know what? At the end of the day, what only matters is one thing. Did you make money or did you lose money? Do you like the industry or you don't like the industry? Because that's how you trade today's markets. And it's all about seeing them being the big percentage gainers and losers. Now, why did these stocks move up though? Okay. And how did you know they will continue to go up? It's simple. The answer is in the question. The buyers and sellers showed up. That's all it comes up to. It's because they kept buying it and buying it and buying it. If they're buying it, you're buying it. If they're selling, you should be selling. I'm going to give you a little advice that one of my favorite mentors, Frank Ferrari, always taught me. I want to pass it down to you. And he always told me, he said, you know what, Fausto? Whenever you think you know something about the stock market, you're going to lose all your money. And I'm like, how is that possible? It doesn't matter what Fausto thinks. It doesn't matter what you think, Lee. It doesn't matter what you think, Jan. It's what the street thinks. And if you think you're smarter than those 100, 200 million share buyers and sellers, well, let's see how that works out for you. And that's why most platforms give you level 2, but it's not the right platform to use. You need to use the level 3. You need to look at the orders. You need to, even though you have it, it's not going to explain everything out to you. And that's why book viewers, but obviously the best way to go. Now, just want to bring something up here. We talked about here. Here's a stock, GDX. Look how the stock hit a support level here, 31.15. You know what? 3,000, 2,000, 100, 185,000 shares. I don't know. You tell me. I think I'd rather be on his team than your team. No offense, but you could say all you want, like, oh, gold, it's going down. Oh, it's at GDLX. It's already down. The miner's already down here. Oh, it's going lower. Oh, yeah, but what about that guy who wants to buy it at 185,000? You ever saw that? By the way, I'm just curious to ask anyone here. Is anybody here following big orders? We like to call them iceberg orders. Anybody here following these orders? No. Michael, you are. Think about it. How much smarter and better trading decisions if you were trading Coinbase and you knew the stock, want to know why 270 was the resistance levels, maybe that 92,000 share would explain it. I like Lee's question. He says, not yet. Oh, good. Well, you're going to learn soon, right? Yes, I pay attention all the time, Dennis is saying. No, but I want to learn. Good, good, good. Well, I'm glad that you guys are here because that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to find people that want to learn, but then I want to be honest with you. It's not about teaching you. It's about hopefully recruiting you to help us all work together like a team, because being a trader is be surrounding yourself with good traders. All right. Let's talk about Snapchat, because we had a big pop in Snapchat last week. Okay. Now, Snapchat went up, but then all of a sudden it started pulling back on earnings. Why would it pull back on earnings after the good news that it had? Well, profit taking. But remember, there are always going to be support resistance. No matter how much it backs off, there's going to be buyers and there are going to be sellers. Now, the issue with this is that everybody looks at this and be like, well, all the buyers and sellers out there, how do you know which one to watch? Listen, the only one you need to watch is this guy right here. 95% of this is all garbage. All garbage. It's this one you care about. That's it. That's all. The guy at $13.80. And by knowing that, that's why the stock bounced. And if you knew that at 10:30 or at 10 o'clock, it went from 1380 to 1490. Now, how much money is that? 1380 minus 14. 14. I'll do 1480. I'll do simple math, right? That's $1. Times that by 1,000 shares, or even 1,000 shares, about $1,000. Anybody have a problem with that? Anyone have an issue? Hell, if you only made half that move, you made 500. If you made a quarter of that, it's 250. $250 is about a $50,000 salary. You know what a quarter of that is? A quarter is this. 14 to 1430. From there to here. Okay? That's all you needed. This is all you needed. This is all you needed. This is all you needed. Look at all the quarters out of there. Quarter, quarter, quarter. You don't have to kill it. You don't got to make a fortune. You know what you need to know, though? Is that this guy was down there looking to buy it for almost 200,000 shares. That's the reason why it went up. Now, some of you here, if you don't believe me that this exists, I'm going to prove it to all of you, because we do practice what we preach. I'm going to invite everybody here in our trading room. So I'm not going to be giving you some stupid newsletter. I'm not going to tell you my theory about why I like Snapchat, even though I hate the company. I think it's the dumbest platform, and my kids use it. But hey, I'm not going to hold it against them. It all comes down to buying and selling opportunities. Look at IDIT. Big stock came crashing down, right? Where's it going? To zero? Well, it could, but maybe, just maybe, it's got to get through this 98,000 share buyer, the guy who decided to want to buy it at 38.73. And you know what? On the stocks, on that ETF, look what ended up happening. Oh, I think it's going to hit 38. Okay, well, you know what? Got to get past that 38.70 first. And never got to 38. It went back to 42. Why didn't it go there? Because maybe the big buyers were out there. I'm going to do one more on resistance. Google. Does it work for brand names? Fabulous 7? Of course it does. Stock goes from 157 to 179, 78. What happened? Well, there's a lot of sellers in Google, okay? But did you know that there's not as many sellers as you thought at every price level? You got 300, 100, 200, 100. I mean, like, really? That's it? But there is a big buyer right here at 182 for 168,000. How much smarter and better trading decisions would you have done if you knew you had almost 1,000 times more volume at one specific number? Anyone here trade Google? Anyone tried to trade Google? Anyone trade in the past? Yeah, I got a couple of you here. Ever wish you knew you could sell that 168,000 share seller out there? Ever go out there and felt like somebody's actually watching you? Like, you know, you go out there and you do a trade and you're like, I don't understand. Every time I sell it, the damn thing goes down. I mean, it goes up. And every time I buy it, it goes down. I feel like somebody's watching me. You know what? Nobody is watching you. You are not watching them. You think they care about you? They got to move 168,000 shares. Think they care about your 100 shares, fellow traders? Just got to know how to play the game. That's what it comes down to. And guess what? If you didn't know where to get out and didn't get out, look what happened on 182. It came all the way down to 175. Damn, that would hurt. That really would have hurt. And you had 1,000 shares of that stock? Even 100 shares, $5, $500, still would have took a big hit. And not only did it go down, it even went down even lower. All predicated on that 168,000 share seller out there. Now, who here would like to get book viewer? Maybe you want to try it out, right? Why not? This is what I'm going to do. Here's my email address. And I'll send you the link in a detailed video. So what I want you to do, copy my email, send me an email right now and say, Fausto, I want to get book viewer. Okay? In the process of purchasing it, great, great. And don't forget to tell them where you learned it from. All right. Now, on that video, when I give it to you, before you purchase it, Jan, just make sure you watch my video first because you got to know how to set the defaults. You got to know how to set the filters. They do a terrible job of just giving you the platform. All right. Now, I want to know something really cool about this. You got to understand something. This is the actual exchange. You have a seat on the exchange. People paid millions of dollars when I started to have a seat on the exchange. I had to pay $1,000 a month just to get this software when I was 22 years old. You know what it costs today? $15. 15 bucks. That's all it costs to have a seat on the exchange. Louis Lee says, thank you, Fausto. I'm going to purchase Book Viewer this weekend before I participate in your live trading room next week. All right. Well, great to hear it, Lee. And that's the way to do it. All right. Now, have any of you guys ever heard of level 4? I'm talking about level 3. Like, wait a minute, level 4. Oh my God. There's something even bigger than that? Yeah, there is. There is something bigger than that. So level 4 is basically kind of like more of a heat map. And it's nice about it because here you have level 3 on the right. That's the current order book, right? So that's level 3. And this is our level 4 right here, where you get to see the orders. I mean, this is level 3. So all the orders out here, because some people get a little confused with the numbers. But now you get to see the orders to getting executed. And you get to see all this good stuff. And we're going to cover that in the trading room. I don't want to go into great deal. I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay. I just want you in the tip of your seats. So if you really want to know what level 4 is, and you want to see like, man, I thought level 3 was pretty cool. Now you get to see these orders and see where they are and see if they're getting executed and, you know, and seeing all those big heat maps. Why not? Right? Absolutely. Because by knowing where these orders are and how long they've been out there and if they're getting executed and seeing something called time and sales, now we're getting a little bit more creative. Now we're getting a little bit more in detail on the trading aspect. And for everyone here, I don't want to confuse or scare anybody. Okay. But yes, there is another version, something a little bit more advanced. But right now, let's focus on level 3. Some of you didn't even promote to level 2 yet, but we're going to get there. Because like, for example, stock like Tesla, when you see orders like this that you probably didn't even know of 462,000 shares, right? Big order out there and want to know, wow, it's trading at that much? Well, let's go check out Tesla. Tesla, when I did that video, and you could watch on my shorts really quick, That order was here. I'm going to draw a trend line. There's 60. Okay. So you could see support levels there, and this is where that stock had that big buy. So what happened was they had earnings, and that when the stock shot up right there, earnings came out right around this time right here, back in this day right here. And then earnings, and all of a sudden these buyers started showing up. And that's when you had that stock made that big rally all the way to 200. All right. If you knew that there was a 500,000, how much money is that, by the way? All right. Express out the calculator. 500,000 times $160, talking 80 whopping $1 million of stock looking to be bought at that price. I don't think anyone here is buying that much, right? So kind of works out. Let me move this down. All right, good. Now, who here would like to join us in my trading room and watch this live? I know, Lee, it's crazy. You haven't seen anything yet, Lee. You think this is crazy? Wait till you come in the room and be there for a whole week. Okay? Carlos, would you like to join us? Okay, just want to do a quick little tally right here. Who would like to join my trading room and see all this stuff right here and how they go up and how we trade them, all that stuff? Michael, you want to join me? I could do it next week, Lisa. Okay. You want to get involved right now, Jan? All right, good, good. So we have almost 100 people in here. George, okay. Well, I'm going to give you guys the link, okay? Does everybody have their phone with them, by the way? So what I'd like you to do is turn on your camera because I'm going to give you a QR code or I'll give you a link to get there. But before I do that, let me just tell you this. Look at the screen right here. Have any of you ever been trained before by a school? You probably will never. Actually, I guarantee it. You'll never see anybody that posts up there. We're endorsed and sponsored by more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. And you know why? Because we've been doing this for 30 years. Because I was a market maker. Look at those names up there. Thinkorswim, Tasty Trade, Charles Schwab, NASDAQ, Benzinga, TradeStation, Bookmap, Tradier. For a brokerage firm to endorse a school, trust me, they've done their homework. And not only that, where has the last time you ever seen someone had a 5-star rating on Google? Okay. Once you look at the ratings of people being for 30 years and have that high of a rating, you know, actually I had one person that did complain and it was basically a competitor, you know, someone got so jealous and that could happen, by the way. But for doing it for 30 years, that must speak on their behalf. And we're very proud of it. Well, thank you much, Lee. But Lee, you know what the congrats is? Is for me to make you successfully. That's what the congrats will be to me. Because there's just way too many people lose money in trading. And it's because of ignorance. They want to take the time to learn it. They want to go try it. They're trading the wrong damn stocks. And that's why they're blowing themselves up. So how can we learn more and see more? This is what you need to do. First of all, I gave you the link to follow me on YouTube. Okay. So hands down, that's the first thing you need to do. All right. Get the alerts, know when we're live every morning, all that good stuff. But if you want to take it to that next level, this is what you need to do. The link is up there right now. Okay. Or you could take your phone and scan the QR code. Now, for a 1-week trial, all we're asking is for $9, money back guaranteed. Now, why am I asking for $9? Some people are like, wait a minute, $9? What the hell is that all about? The $9 just tells me if you're a real person or not. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from. I'm not looking for freebies. Okay. And I don't think anybody here would want not to know someone that's going into their house. Okay. So this is the only way us to appreciate. Now, I'm not going to charge you a single penny more than $9. I'm not going to charge you a residual, nothing. The $9 just tells me if you're a real person or not. That's it. Okay. Now, let me tell you what you're going to get for $9. You're going to get the trading room for a whole week. We run from 8 a.m. in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. We're going to have live audio commentary from 9 a.m. to 10:30. We're going to have afternoon commentary from 2:30 to 4 o'clock, live audio, live trading with the instructors at Cybertrade University. You're also going to get weekly workshops that we have some of the top gurus in the industry. You're also going to get my book, okay? So you can go to Amazon. You could pay me $47, or I could download the ebook. I'll give it to you for free for $9 right there. Boom. Once you get registered, it's color. It's got charts. It's got examples. It's a fast read. I think you guys are going to love it. Okay. All of this for $9 plus money back guarantee. Now, you're going to get workshops. You're going to get the trading room. You're going to get, and not only that, I'm going to throw a bonus in. One more bonus I'm going to throw in there. And this is hands down probably worth every penny of it all. I will actually give you a free coaching class on the phone. So if you register right now, the first 20 registrants, if you register, and by the way, if you can't do it today, whatever, no problem. Everyone here is going to book an appointment and you're going to be able to talk to me tomorrow. Now, when you register, very important, okay? Number one, you're going to have a 5-question survey. We need to know a little bit about you, meaning how long you've been doing this for, who trained you, what brokerage firm. Some of you said you don't know have level 2, because right away, I need to think of me as your doctor. You got to go for your blood test. I got to make sure and see what's wrong with you first. That's your DNA. That's you be honest with us, we'll be honest with you. Second, you're going to book your appointment for your education advisor. You're going to talk to somebody on the phone. You're going to make your appointment with me. 3, tomorrow, we're going to do an orientation. Everyone here is going to be an orientation where we're going to teach you how to go through our portal page, maybe understand the different languages. By the way, we do different languages in our training on our website. So maybe if some of you have a language barrier, we took care of that too. We're going to show you how to get around the trading room, understand the lingos. Here's the trading room again. Let me show you. So right here, you'll notice like we got notes, upcoming events. We're going to talk about scheduled classes, holidays, maybe some of the lingos we're talking about. What is a short sale? What is an iceberg order? Like all this great stuff. So we're going to cover a lot that you're going to get. We're going to cover all that stuff in the orientation. We're going to save that for tomorrow. But all you need to do right now, if you want to learn how to trade today's markets, or maybe you just say, I was thinking about it. I'm not completely sold. I want to do it. It's $9. That's it. $9. Take your phone, scan the QR code, or click on that link right now. Okay. Now, what I like to do right now, we're almost out of time. What I like to do, by the way, George Chang, I got your registration for book viewer. Joshua, Edwin, Lisa, I got your registration for book viewer. Susan got yours too. I'll get that over to you. But you know what? Better yet, worrying about how to get that link, you should start registering right now for that trading. All right. And just keep in mind, guys, fellow traders, it's $9. That's it. Money back guaranteed. Any questions so far before we move on? Before we end out our session? This is all the stuff you're going to get for $9. One person asked me, what do we get again? There it is right there. All right, a couple of people just registering right now. First person I've registered, Edward S. From Alberta, Calgary, Alberta. Just got your registration. Thank you, Edward. By the way, Edward, I got some good news for you. 20% of the students in my trading room are all Canadian. So I know some Canadians have tough times knowing what brokerage firm to use or whatever. I've been going to Canada for over 25 years. And so I'm there all the time from Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, been to Calgary place. You're gonna meet a lot of great people in the trading room. Okay. Who else we got registered right now? Josh, I guess that's you, Joshua, from was that Arkansas? Got your registration. Welcome aboard. Looks like somebody's credit card bounced. Okay. Hopefully we can fix that. Mike Larson got your registration. Welcome aboard. Who else we got here? Alex got your registration. Welcome aboard. Don't forget to fill out, like I said, please fill out that QA as best of your knowledge. Let us, the more you let us know about you, the better we can help you. I like to have the book viewer. Michael, if you want the book viewer, like I said, register for the trial and also drop me an email at Fausto PSCTU Corp. Okay. No problem. All right. Who else we got just registered right now? Carlos P. from Delaware. All right. Is that way DE, Delaware? I think that's Delaware. My kids go to Delaware University. Both of them did. Actually, I got one more left in there. Loves it. Loves it. I like to vacation down there by Bethany Beach. Nice quiet area. Get out of Long Island area where I'm from in New York. But it's nice over there. But fellow traders, think about this a second. If you want to know how to follow big iceberg orders, you want to understand how to trade like a market maker, you want to know everything that traded against you and not know why, here's your opportunity. Okay? It's not costing you $9,000, not even $900 or $90. It's costing you $9. And when I come into these events, I expect every single one of you out there to take that shot, okay? And says, you know what do you have to lose? What's the worst thing that happened that you'll get out of this for a week? Learn something, okay? One person says, I don't know if I'm a day trader. That's okay, but you might not to. Listen, we do cover options and we do cover swing trading, but you gotta, by the way, as for the options traders out there, how the hell do you know what option to trade if you can't even become a good stock trader? Do you know it's the movement of the stock that makes an option move? How do you know what stock to trade, right? So that's the basic thing that comes across there. Taylor Z just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Appreciate it. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? Winston, I didn't hear from you. I don't know if you're still there. Will, I didn't hear from you. Hopefully you guys are listening and following along. So anyway, don't forget, book your appointment. Don't forget orientation tomorrow. If you can't make it, we do it at 11 o'clock. If you can't make it, it's going to be recorded. Everything's going to be on your dash. When can I start? Can I hold off until Monday is another question. Yes, just buy it. If someone says, when does it go effective? Buy it now. And then when you want to turn it on, if you want to start next week, you can start next week. Personally, I wouldn't waste any time. It's fresh in your mind. You should get into the room right after we close, after we get out of this meeting. Okay? All right, traders. So with that said, I'd like to thank all of you for registering. I'd like to thank all of you for being here. I look forward to seeing you all in the trading room. If you thought this was great, you have absolutely no idea what you're going to learn in the next 7 days. Okay? For everything that you thought was bad, I'm going to prove to you what's good. And for everything that people said that was great, I'm going to tell you how things are horrible. Remember, 90% of the people fail in trading, okay? If I could fix half of you, I've done my job. But keep in mind, trading is not for everybody. It's not, and it's not a bad thing, okay? So, but the only way you're going to know is paying $9. Start there, all right? Thank you very much, Jan. I really appreciate it. Dennis, thank you so much. And I look forward to see all of you in the trading room, because if you thought this was cool, you haven't seen nothing yet, okay? Iceberg orders that run the market. If you're tired of reading the past and everybody teaching you the next best indicator and all that crap, well, guess what? Wouldn't it be nice to learn the future, right? That's what I'm going to teach you. And believe me, when I've learned this, I totally got lost. I was like blown out of my mind. And back then, I had to dish out $1,000, not $9. Before we go, one last thing. Carlos S., I just got your registration. Welcome aboard from Montana. Who else we got? Marcus Brown from Texas got your registration. Welcome aboard. Look forward to seeing you all in the trading room. All right. And don't forget to be in orientation, because that is your first step of your change of your life and career into trading. You've got to focus that too. I don't want you to go into the trading room like, okay, what do I do right now? Because when you look at it, you're like, who's Alex? Who's Josh? What's Fausto doing? What time are the events? Where's the videos? How do I download the book? We're going to cover that. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everybody. And by the way, if you didn't register, listen, I'm not going to hold it against you. But what I will tell you is this. You have to learn before you can earn. Okay? You got to go out there and you need to learn from a few different people. But please don't go out there and think like, oh, let me try and see if I like it. The worst thing that can happen to you is you find out this is not for you. That's the best thing. That's the best trade that you can make. If you do, like I said, if you thought $9 is expensive, try ignorance. You're one trade away of blowing up your account. And believe me, I've seen it time and time again. So let's not hold back on that. Let's get back into the trading room. Let's do the $9 and we'll go from there. And then hopefully we'll make you, and hopefully if there's something you want to do, maybe you'll be down a student down the road and then hopefully be part of the family. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you all in the trading room. Thanks for watching.